Hello everybody, welcome back to Armchair Bikers TV. My name is Zach, aka The Bearded Stick, and today we are coming back at you with another gameplay video. So if you're new to the channel, we are normally not a gameplay or video game channel. We're a father and son motorcycle oriented YouTube channel where me and my father document our motorcycle journeys in real life. But occasionally, during the winter time when it's cold outside and we don't feel like riding as much as we normally do in the summertime, we'll break out the PlayStation and have some fun indoors playing video games. So last video, I tried that out. I played a game called Ride 5 for the first time, and people generally seem to enjoy it. And in the comment section, somebody actually recommended this game. This is Isle of Man, Ride on the Edge 3. Isle of Man is, of course, a real-life event that takes place on the Isle of Man. That is a real place. It is really an incredible race, highly dangerous. If you don't know much about it, you really have to just research it and look up videos on YouTube because it is an absolutely insane event. I would love to go see it live one day, but some of the fastest riding that you'll ever see, and arguably the most dangerous motorcycle event to still exist. So this game is based on all of that. So today we're going to check out to see how realistic it seems. Is it any fun? How are the graphics? And what do I prefer? Do I prefer Ride 5 or Isle of Man TT? So all that and more coming up next. Alright, so we got the headset on. Hold on, I have to adjust my couch. Alright, so we got the headset on. Here we are in the main menu. So as you'll see, you have things like the journal, which is actually an interesting feature of this game, where as you ride around the in-game map, you will discover different things and unlock different journal entries, which give you real-life facts and history about the real-life Isle of Man, facts and stats of the riders, yeah, all this stuff, tutorials. So interesting there. Leaderboards, TT Esports, I think there is actually a competitive league in this game. Seasons, which is basically career mode, custom events, multiplayer custom events, and here is the map. So here is the Isle of Man. Again, this is a real place. As you can see, these are all the roads that you're able to ride in the game, and they are, of course, based off of all the actual parts of the road course in real life. So the main Isle of Man event is, of course, like the perimeter lap of the whole island, which goes around this entire circumference of this area. So that is insane, and if you try to do that in game, it takes you, like in real life, it takes you at least like 20 minutes to do. Of course, the guys that are really good at this game have set some really fast laps under 20 minutes, but if I tried to do it right now with my skill level, it would probably take me about 45 minutes, especially with all the crashing that I tend to do. I played this game for about an hour or so just to get myself familiar with it, and just get a feel for it. So let's take you in. As you can see, all these different icons here are different events that you can do. So when you start off a new career mode or a new season mode, you have to ride around the island and stop at each of these little checkpoints, complete these events, and you'll earn experience points and stuff like that, and you'll be able to progress the career mode that way. Here's the main town of Douglas over here, which I think is like the racing hub of the Isle of Man. But yeah, so if we go into the garage, you can see we have tons of different upgrades. Right now I'm running Yamaha R6 just because I liked the livery that this particular rider had. So, but yeah, you can adjust things or you can upgrade things such as the chassis, tires, of course, suspension, brakes, engine, transmission, rear suspension, brakes, again, rear tires. So you can adjust and upgrade everything about the bikes the more that you progress through the game. But what's really interesting about this game is that it is actually an open world game. You don't have to just do events, you can just ride freely around the island, which is pretty crazy. So as you see, this is just open world. So we're just dropped in the random part of the Isle of Man. this is the standard view, third-person view. You can change the view with R1 on the PlayStation 5 controller. This is the helmet view, which I think is a little goofy because it shows like way too much of the helmet. So this view is actually much better just without the helmet in your way. But yeah, so you can just ride around and look at, you can just cruise around whatever speed you want. You can explore the island this way, explore the different checkpoints, unlock those journal entry things that I was showing you earlier that have all the different facts and statistics about the island and the riders. But yeah, you can just ride around and really do whatever you want. Try to memorize the main perimeter course if you want to try to make a full lap around the Isle of Man, which at some point I do want to try to make a full lap around the full length course, but I'm going to need a lot of practice because this game so far is incredibly difficult. I said similar things about Ride 5 where there's like a steep learning curve. This game is very difficult. It is very unforgiving. The riding physics are very unforgiving, especially if you put them in realistic mode. It's just, yeah, it is a harsh, unforgiving simulator. But when you get it right, it really is rewarding. Of course, it makes it so that you have to put time into the game to get good at it. So not anybody can just jump on here and be good. You really have to put time into it. Oh, look at that. I just fell doing like 30 miles an hour. So, yeah. But what's cool is that you can set the transmission to manual transmission mode or semi-automatic mode. If you set it to manual, of course, you have to shift the gears using the buttons on the controller yourself. If you put it set to semi-automatic mode, it'll shift for you, and you don't have to worry about it. There's also a clutch button, so if you hold L1 on the PlayStation 5 controller, that is the clutch. So you can just freely rev the bike. The brakes, you can either have the brakes set to linked braking or separate braking. If you have linked braking, it's one button that applies the front and rear brake. If you turn that setting off, then you have to manually apply the front and rear brake independently. So therefore, two different buttons. So that is really difficult if you have it set up that way. So I have it set up with linked braking, just because it's way easier that way. All right, so if you separate the braking, so that way that they're operated independently of each other, what you can do is you can hold the clutch, hold the front brake, and then you can rev the bike up, dump the clutch, and you can do a nice smoky burnout. And if you start to release the front brake a little bit, you can even do a little bit of a rolling burnout, or if you do it too much, you do that and you flip over. So you do have to have traction control off. I forgot if I mentioned that. Anyway, you can do a burnout, and if you turn wheelie control off, you can also hold the clutch in, do a little bit of a clutch up wheelie. But the wheelies are hard to do in this game. Well, you're not really supposed to be doing wheelies in this game. The game's not really about that, but they are sort of hard to ride out. It's really easy to flip over. Oh yeah, oh, we had a good one. You can see the two tire indicators next to the speedometer or tachometer. And you can see that we got the big red stripe down the middle of our rear tire. Wonder how that happened. I'm going to now show you guys a clip of me completing this time trial right here, or completing a qualifying run on the St. John's Southwest course, Section 2. So this was like a relatively short qualifying course, but this is what I was mainly practicing on to get a feel of the bike. So I am now going to cut to the full run of that. It's only about 2 minutes 55 seconds is how long it took me, and it's not a very fast attempt at this, but it is an attempt that doesn't have me crashing, which again is very difficult. But yeah, I'll show you that clip just so you guys can get a sense of how intense this game can be and the sense of speed, and then I will come back to you with my overall first impressions of the game, and there you go. Alright guys, so there you go. So there was my time trial run, and as you can see, wasn't super fast. I still do suck at this game, but it took me so long just to get a clean run with no crashes at a relatively decent pace, just because it's so easy to go down in this game. If you touch the curb, you're going down. If you hit the brakes too hard, you're going down. And of course, I have the settings set to realistic. You do have the rider aids like ABS, traction control, wheelie control, as you saw me messing with earlier. But it's still just a super unforgiving game, and the slightest of mistakes is just sending you into a nasty crash. So you really do have to take a lot of time with this game, develop your skills, memorize the course. Memorization is the biggest thing with this game. It's just repetition, repetition, repetition. And to the people that do the full circuit, absolutely insane, because I do want to do a full circuit lap, but that's going to take me a good amount of time to memorize the whole circuit and to get through it without crashing, because I did see a gameplay video of somebody doing a 19-minute lap around the full Isle of Man, and it took him 19 real life minutes to go around the whole course. So I don't even know how long that would take me. It would probably take me about 45 minutes, like I said before. But I do want to try to get footage of me doing a full lap. So if that is something that you guys would be interested in seeing in the future, leave a comment down below. Let me know. Let me know what you think of this game. Let me know if you've played this game yourself. Overall, my initial first impressions of this game are the riding physics and the way the bike handles, I think, is spectacular. I do think I prefer the physics of this game over Ride 5. However, the graphics and the sounds of the bikes aren't necessarily as good as Ride 5. I think Ride 5 had really detailed bike models and really authentic sounding engines. The sounds in this game are a little goofy, especially like the backfire of the exhaust and the tire screeches and stuff. They sound a little weird. So I think Ride 5 has a better audio experience, as well as maybe more detailed or more crisp models of bikes. One thing to note, again, if you want to purchase this game, is that right now in the PlayStation Store, there's two versions of this game. There's the Standard Edition, which I think is like $50, which is, or 40 or $50, which is a little crazy. But there's another version of this game that has additional downloadable content that comes with it. It's like a bundle, and for some reason the bundle includes the full game plus additional downloadable content, and it's like 65% off. So it's only like $20 or $21 compared to the 40 or 50 that the standard game is. So if you're buying this on PlayStation, don't buy just the regular version, buy the bundle version, because it's significantly cheaper. It's 65% off as of the recording of this video. And again, will only cost you around $20. So if you're interested in checking the game out, I do highly recommend it. If you guys enjoy this video, there will be more gameplay of this coming in the future. I do see myself playing this game more and more. Again, I do want to try to get that full lap around the full length circuit. And if that is something that you want to see, leave a comment down below. If there's any other content with this game that you want to see or any questions, leave that down below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.